Hello, Gemini couples. I hope you're doing awesome. Excuse me for my voice. I'm getting over a cold, or I don't know what it was. I think it was a cold. And we're going to jump right into your oracle cards because you had 3 oracle cards come out just like this. So I'm leaving them like this because they told me a story. So now I feel like there's a problem or an issue with the person that you're with because you're not seeing eye to eye. And it feels like the basis of what you believe, this could be religion, spiritual beliefs, this could be just your mental beliefs, physiology, I'm hearing for some people. What you believe in, your partner doesn't seem to believe in. Okay? And you're trying to find ways around that. You're trying to find out how you're in sync. Remember what it is that you loved about that person, okay? And not trying to be so much in control. It's like you're trying to learn how to go with the flow, Gemini, okay? Because you're seeing that there are differences. And for some of you, I actually feel like you're growing as a person, okay? It's just orange juice. You're growing as a person, and for some reason it feels as though your partner isn't doing the same, or you're having a tough time with it. Okay, now I'm going to put out your cards. I had a couple cards fall out for you already. The Queen of Pentacles and 3 of Wands in reverse. On the bottom of the deck, you have the four of I said coins, pentacles, whatever you want it to be. And I feel as though there's something inside of you that is telling you to hold on to the person you're with. Okay? Even though you're having issues, even though you're having problems, you're trying to learn how to work them out. I don't feel like you're going to walk away. I feel like you're trying to work them out, okay? In the past, it feels like you've spent some time to yourself, trying to gather your thoughts. I feel like it's more growing yourself, being more successful maybe, being stronger as a human being. That's what you're doing, but you separated from your partner in a way. This could be mentally or physically, but there was definitely some separation. Now, with this, it tells me that you've decided to find balance within your relationship. Why? Because you want to nurture it. You've been here for a while. You see something that can grow here. Your partner may be a very nurturing person, okay? Or there could be a mother figure or someone that has that sort of mothering instinct. Gave you some advice. Okay, and you're listening to that. It could also be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay. Now, your influence or the influence within this situation is that things aren't growing. They're not growing mentally. They're not growing. Because you've spent so much time within yourself, or trying to figure out yourself or this situation or whatever. I just feel like you've been in your own head. Okay. Things weren't growing because of that. Because you spent this time by yourself. And you weren't really growing as a couple. You were growing separate. Okay. You may also be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And they're not happy with you. Okay. They're not happy with you. They're telling you they're not happy with you. There may be arguments, but they are doing a lot of communicating. Okay. A lot of expressing themselves. It can be negative and it can be positive depending on what way you look at it. But it just feels very abrasive to you. And it's not something that you appreciate. It feels as though the communication that they're giving you is very childish, and it's not very intelligent or logical to you. So it doesn't feel like it's getting you anywhere. Okay. Now, this is the problem. The problem is you're trying to narrow down your options, what it is you want to do, how it is to heal this situation, or how you want to fix it. You're trying to narrow that down. I feel like there's so many options. There's so many things that you can do to do that. And that's the problem, is deciding on one. Okay, but all you know is that there needs to be some change, especially with that fire sign coming into you, or that person coming into you with that energy of, I need you to do this, I need you to see this, and what's going on, speak to me, blah, 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 you know. So you just want things to get better. You want things to be stable. You want things to get back in control, because you want to be happy again with this person. I feel like there was some sort of happiness, almost like a dream come true aspect to it at one time, and you would like to get that back. Now, in your environment, you had two cards that fell out. You have the High Priestess in reverse and the Strength in reverse. Now, I feel like the person in your environment is waiting on something. Okay, they're waiting on you. They feel like they've put in their time. They put in their effort. They have a vision of the way things should go, and it's mostly focused on the past. But things change, people change, and they need to learn how to grow. They know that something is wrong, and that's the problem. The problem is they understand that something is wrong, but they don't know how to handle it. And because of them being this impulsive energy, impulsive thoughts, impulsive actions, okay, that this is their weakness. It almost feels very childish to me. It feels very, it just doesn't feel mature, okay. This is another card that also came out with that. Now it talks about sadness, and they are sad, and they have they feel like they're at a loss, either within this relationship or with something else in their life, and this has left a weakness in them. Okay, it's like they don't have enough confidence, and that's the problem. Maybe that this has been going on for so long that they lack the confidence to know. They know that something is wrong, but I just feel like they don't know how to fix it. But they're in it, just like you're in it. You just need to come together to figure out how to do this. Now, for the 1st and the 15th, you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And this talks about things falling down. There needs to be a sort of conversation. There needs to be something to break through all this trash, because that's what it is, okay? To build up something more secure, to build up something that you can be sure of. The Two of Pentacles in reverse talks about things being up in the air, not really knowing what's going on because of what's happening. It just feels like things are deconstructing so you can reconstruct it. Now, from the middle to the end of the month, you have the Hierophant in reverse, and this could talk about a breakup, but I don't feel that. Actually, with this card, I'm gonna pull another card. Yeah, I don't feel like it's a breakup. I feel like there's an opportunity for something new to happen. But you just have to change the way that you think. The structure of what was has to change. Now, this talks about it being hard, but it also talks about it being an end and a new beginning to something, because it is a 10. And the 10s are a little hard because you're at the end. It's like you didn't want to deal with it before, but now you have to deal with it, and you're getting over that hurdle, that mountain. And then once you get over it, it's just you know, downhill. The walk is easier, not a little easier, a lot easier. And that's what's happening here. But there has to be some change in the thought, okay? And I say this because the 10 brings an opportunity, so you have to choose it. And I can't say that it's going to happen for sure, but there's definitely an opportunity, okay? You're just going to have to walk away from what's happening in the past and kind of like push through the, you know what I see, you know how you're in a fun house and they have all the little beaded curtain things and you have to get through them and you can't see, like at a haunted house, and then something will jump out. It kind of reminds me of that. So you have to get through all of that to get to the end. Even though you don't see what's coming up, you're making the effort to get to the end, okay? So for your outcome, you have the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Swords. And this really just depends on the give and take of the situation. And I feel like each of you are ready, but you just have to get over your own egos with the Seven of Swords. Because there's a fear of hurting someone or a fear of saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing on both sides. You have to get through this energy. You have to say how you really feel or what you really want, okay? Lies and deceit has to come out. Truths have to be told so something new can happen, okay? It's like there has to be a moment where you share your deepest, darkest moments with each other. There it is. Okay? And it may take some time. It may take you a couple hours, okay? But what's going to happen is this will give you time to use your intellect, because you're a very intellectual person, very logical. There it is. That's the word I like to use for you. That it'll help you cut through the bull and see what's really going on, so then you can work on it together. So what I feel here is, I don't want to say you're the smarter part of the relationship, but you're the one that can see what the problem is, so you can narrow it down, okay? But you have to get out of your own head. You have to see things differently. And it's going to be hard for you, but this is going to help you open up. You know, this is going to help you bring more out within the relationship. All right. So I'm going to leave that there for you, Gemini couples. And actually, what we're going to talk about in the extended reading, I want to jump in a little bit about advice for you, advice for your partner. And if your partner is open to things like this, I would definitely let them see that as well, so you can work on it together, and how you can work on it together, okay? I feel like that is important, and that's what I'm going to talk about in the extended readings. Of course, if you want to be a member, the link is in the description box below. I will see you next month. I love you very much. Love and light.